Good afternoon, everybody. I'm David Huff, CPA with DW Huff Consulting, bringing you your March 10th, 2023 edition of News from the Front Lines of Business, where we help you know your numbers so that you can grow your numbers. So here we are, another very hectic, brutal week in tax season. So this is going to be a very, very short recap of a couple things that have come up that will help you. All right, so tax update. So we're processing things, and definitely now it's getting to be a very busy time at the IRS. But I have been hearing good news about the refund processing. So generally, they tell you to expect a 21-day wait. I can tell you that seems to be at least half of that time. So it seems to be moving along much quicker than it ever has. So, but there is this tool online where you can track the status of your IRS refund, so that Where's My Refund Tool that you can access from irs.gov. Usually a day or two after the return is filed, the information will be updated in the system, and you can get out ahead of it and see if there are possibly any reason for a delay, but you'll get warnings and stuff from checking this tool. So that's out there. We talk a lot about investing, so real estate seems to kind of dominate a lot of those discussions, particularly during tax time. But some other thoughts here too. So, we talk a lot about if you want to buy something, say a bike, figure out a way to accomplish that with your income from passive investments. That way, you never really tap it into your savings, and it's a better way of kind of thinking about things. So. But it's not easy to set up a portfolio that generates money. Not everybody has the wherewithal and the ability to go out and get a loan for a mortgage. So the rental property method of accomplishing this is not always available. But there are some ways to do it with regular stock portfolios, regular brokerage type accounts. So I jotted down some notes on this very crude Excel screenshot here, but here's what we see. So E-Trade is the brokerage that we normally use. However, they're all very similar. Fidelity's out there, TD Ameritrade as well. One's as good as the other, so I'll just mention that to you. But all of them have ways to buy partial shares of stock. So Fidelity has their shares bought a slice program. One that I just did from my own personal account with E-Trade. They have certain selected mutual funds and exchange traded funds, ETFs, that if you commit to a regular recurring investment amount, in E-Trade's case it's a minimum of $25, which you can do either weekly or monthly, they'll buy partial shares of whatever exchange traded fund or mutual fund you want. So in my case, I have this particular dividend focused exchange traded fund I want to start getting into. So to see how this works, I set mine up for $25 a week investment into this particular ETF, and we'll see how it goes. So you don't need to have $10,000 right out the gate. You can start this process, and that kind of leads me to my second step, the second thought here. Commit to the process. So when you commit to the process of regular investing, and it takes away the focus from spending. So what I'm finding is that if you trust the process, your focus kind of changes from spending, and you start emphasizing making these investments on a regular basis. That change in mindset is going to cause more success for you down the line than anything else you're going to get from whether the investment choices or the return, all that stuff is important, and it comes into play. But the modification to your way of thinking and shifting a focus to investing your money instead of spending your money is going to have a much greater impact on what you can do later on down the line. So you could buy a really nice bike or a nice car, or upgrade the house or whatever it is. You'll have a better time of doing that when you figure out a way to do it with your passive permanent income. So we like that idea, and here's a way to do it. And it's not going to happen overnight. So we say, at first I would say, my last point here to remember is to reinvest the proceeds. Don't start pulling the dividends out when you're first getting started. They're $3 a quarter or something like that. But wait till they build up a little bit, because those dividend reinvestments will also get you partial shares. So if you're putting in some money on a regular basis and reinvesting dividends, you're gonna have you're gonna see you'll be surprised how fast that investment would typically grow. So as far as which dividend stocks, we'll probably talk about that a little bit more when I have Sanity back next week. But this Dividend King website, there's other informational sources out there besides my information that will help you decide on an investment choice that you are comfortable with. So yeah, don't think there's no that you have to necessarily go out and go to a stockbroker. A lot of stuff, especially when you're starting out and balances are kind of low, can absolutely be handled by yourself with just a little bit of knowledge. So that's that. So like I said before, this week, brutal in the tax world, really pushing me to the limits of my sanity. So this popped up on a social media feed today, and it's a statement. It says, "To bear trials with calm of mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden." So that's good. So that's a good way to think about it. So I think when you're having a stressful, bad day or week, as the case is now, calm down. So like we mentioned last week, find the quiet, find the calm, and the bad times tend to pass. And next thing you know, it's Friday like it is today, and things have calmed down, and you find you made it. So if you don't freak out, I guess, and overreact and make things worse, you'll be okay. I think. I don't know. I'm still figuring out. But with that, guys, we are done for the week, and we will see you out here next week. Talk to you next time.